Well, hello there, friends. I'm glad you could join me today. Now, I want you to close your eyes for just a moment. No, go on, humor me. And imagine a world turned upside down, where the very foundations of faith, of right and wrong, are thrown into question. What would you do if the world you knew was on the brink of a revelation so profound that it promised to rewrite history? This is no mere thought experiment. It's the tale of a man named Sabbatai Zevi in the year 1666, a time of prophecies and controversies that still echo through the ages. Let's set the scene, shall we? Picture the 17th century, a time of tumultuous change, of kingdoms rising and falling, science clashing with superstition, and religion at the nexus of civilization. It was an era ripe for a messiah, for someone to rise from the ashes of old beliefs and light the way to a new dawn. Into this world stepped Sabbatai Zevi, a charismatic Jewish mystic who captivated souls with a promise of redemption and a revolution of the spirit. Now, what is it about the promise of salvation that can stir the hearts of men and women so? It's a question that burns at the core of our exploration today. What happens when prophecy and politics collide, when the human longing for a savior meets the gritty reality of life on earth? That, my friends, is more than just a question. It's a journey we're about to take together. Diving into the heart of the matter, we find Sabbatai Zevi, a man of enigma, born in the Ottoman Empire to a world divided. He claimed to be the long-awaited Messiah of the Jewish people, and for a time, people believed. They believed so fervently that his influence spread like wildfire, reaching far beyond his hometown of Smyrna. But like any fire, it had the potential to illuminate or to consume. To understand the man, we turn to the tales told by those who walked the earth with him. Contemporaries like Gershom Scholem, a scholar who dedicated his life to unraveling the knotted threads of Jewish mysticism. Scholem described Sabbatai as a dramatic symbol of a collective Jewish tragedy, a man whose life story became a mirror for the hopes and despairs of a people. But not all saw Zevi in the same light. From the writings of rationalists like Jacob Emden, we hear a voice of dissent, a reminder that not every messianic claim carries the weight of divine truth. Emden warned against the dangers of false prophets, of the chaos they could unleash upon the world. The historical parallels are as rich as they are instructive. Consider the religious fervor of the First Great Awakening, which swept through the American colonies just a few decades later. This movement, like the one Sabbatai sparked, challenged established norms and asked people to re-examine their beliefs and their leaders. It was a call to personal experience of the divine, a parallel thread in the tapestry of human history that reminds us the past is not as distant as it may seem. As we ponder the ethical implications of such a figure as Sabbatai Zevi, we're forced to confront the moral quandaries that come with leadership and influence. The story of Zevi's eventual conversion to Islam under threat of death presents us with a philosophical conundrum. Is it better to live and recant or die for one's beliefs? This question is not just the stuff of history. It's a living, breathing dilemma that faces many even today. In our cultural reflections, we see the Messiah motif appearing time and again, from Dostoevsky's enigmatic figures to the superheroes of our modern-day myths. Each representation asks us to consider what we expect from our saviors and what we might be willing to forgive them. This brings us to the here and now, where debates rage over the role of charisma in leadership, over the power of belief in shaping our world. We see leaders who claim to be bearers of truth and wonder. Should we follow them into the light, or is it our duty to question, to challenge, to think for ourselves? The relevance of Sabbatai Zevi's story is not just in the historical record, but in what it teaches us about the nature of faith, of leadership, and of the human capacity for hope. It's a tale that asks us to consider what we would be willing to sacrifice for our beliefs and what it means to be a true messianic figure. As we knit together the threads of this narrative, it becomes clear that the story of Sabbatai Zevi is more than just a tale of a man and his followers. It's a reflection on the human condition, on our enduring search for meaning, and on the complexities of spiritual and temporal power. I want to thank you, dear friends, for coming along with me on this journey. As you move forward in your day, ponder this. What are the messianic expectations of our time, and how do they shape the way we view the world? Who are the Sabbatai Zevis of today, and what can we learn from their rise and fall? As we part ways, I hope you'll continue to seek answers, to ask questions, and to engage with the world around you with an open heart and a curious mind. Remember, it's in the search for understanding that we often find the most profound truths. Take care, and until next time, keep pondering the mysteries that surround us.